Imagine for a moment that God has placed a special seal on your life, a distinctive mark that identifies you as His child and protects you from all evil. What would this mark look like? Would it be physically visible or only perceptible to God and to you? As a child of God, you are marked, chosen, and set apart for a higher purpose. There are certain signs that reveal this divine mark. If this is your first time visiting this channel, I encourage you to subscribe. If you want to understand why you are marked by God, it's very important that you watch until the end of the video so you don't miss anything. The concept of being marked by God might seem abstract or hard to grasp, but it reminds us of the love and grace God has for His children. It shows that God has not forgotten you, even though it may sometimes feel that way. Psalm chapter 139 verse 14 says, "I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that full well." Have you ever wondered why God created everything before He created man on the sixth day? He made sure to put everything in its place and prepare a suitable garden for man to dwell in. This reveals God's deep love for humanity, which is why He created you in His image and likeness, distinct from other creatures. Unfortunately, man's fall altered God's original plan for humanity. Even after restoration, not everyone has returned to God's fold. Therefore, they carry a mark that distinguishes God's beloved from the rest of the world. Even in the secular world, certain aspects distinguish one country from another. Similarly, when you go to the store to buy fruit, the first thing you notice is its appearance. But in this case, your physical appearance does not show your divine mark. To confirm that you too have this mark, here are the signs you should look for. First, a clear sign of this divine mark is the protection and preservation that comes from God. Have you ever imagined having God's secure mantle wrapped around you like a personal guardian that defends you from evil? The Bible assures us that God's name is a strong tower. The righteous run to it and are safe. When you experience divine protection and oversight, it is a confirmation that you are marked by God. Psalm chapter 91 verse 3 says, "Surely He will save you from the fowler's snare and from the deadly pestilence." Divine protection includes physical, spiritual, and emotional attacks. When you bear God's mark, you are special to Him. Before any harm reaches you, it must pass through. David was protected by God from his youth as a shepherd to his days as king. God shielded him from natural dangers and formidable enemies such as Goliath and King Saul. These are powerful testimonies of divine protection over those whom God has marked. Daniel also experienced divine preservation amid exile and danger. Despite the conspiracies against him, God thwarted his enemies' plans, miraculously protecting him in the lion's den. This is the reality when you are marked by God. Those who seek to harm you encounter God's supernatural protection. God does not abandon you nor leave you helpless. He protects you like a protective father. If you wake up every morning unaffected by evil, it's thanks to the divine hand that guards you. It's not your own ability, but God's mark on you. Even if you face rejection in certain situations, remember that God has a plan and purpose for you. The divine mark guides you to where you truly should be. Be grateful for this protection. You are ensured divine health and well-being regardless of the circumstances. Your safety is a testament to God's unbreakable love for you. You are protected because you are marked by Him. Second, imagine the supernatural provision and abundant harvest that come from God. Supernatural provision is like receiving unexpected little gifts from God. When you carry God's mark, you experience His provision in miraculous ways. God knows your needs even before you express them. He is a God of abundance, the owner of all things visible and invisible. If He provides for the birds of the sky and the fish of the sea, won't He provide much more for you, who are more valuable than they are? God's mark on you demonstrates how precious you are to Him. God's provision is like that of a loving father who knows and meets his child's needs. When you are marked by God, you can trust that He will provide for you in amazing ways. These provisions cover your spiritual, physical, material, and emotional needs. Psalm chapter 37 verse 25 says, "I was young and now I am old, yet I have never seen the righteous forsaken or their children begging bread." God always provides according to His riches and glory. There will be no lack in your life, whether it be food, clothes, shelter, or finances. God will provide everything you need. Remember how God provided for the Israelites in the wilderness for years where there was no source of food or water. He rained manna from heaven and brought forth water from Remember how God provided for the Israelites in the wilderness for years where there was no source of food or water. He rained manna from heaven and brought forth water from a rock. This is only possible with God. When you carry God's mark, you experience an abundant harvest in difficult times. While others struggle to survive, you will have more than enough to meet your needs. Third, imagine experiencing divine recognition and supernatural favor, like special treatment directly from God Himself. When you are marked by God, people begin to notice you and show you unexpected favors. Suddenly, you become the center of attention in places where you were previously unknown, and doors open to your left and right. These are clear signs that you carry God's mark. Deuteronomy chapter 32 verse 13 says, "He made him ride on the heights of the land and fed him with the fruit of the fields. He nourished him with honey from the rock and oil from the flinty crag." Now imagine these words applied to your life as someone marked by God. Do you know how difficult it is to obtain honey from a rock? It is a challenging process, but when you carry God's mark, He sustains you with the extraordinary. You begin to receive blessings that go beyond your own efforts, access opportunities that others desire but cannot reach. The promotion others seek for years simply comes to you effortlessly. An opportunity that seemed unreachable is now within your grasp. This is how God sustains you with honey from the rock, places you above limitations, and grants you favor in all areas of your life. Joseph was a clear example of this. Wherever he went, people recognized and favored him. In his family, his father loved and favored him. While enslaved, he found favor in Potiphar's house. As a result, Potiphar put him in charge of everything he had. Later, while in prison, his ability to interpret dreams made him stand out and ultimately took him out of prison, placing him in a position for which he was not qualified. How else can this be explained if not as the work of God? Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob also experienced this divine favor. Wherever they went, favor always followed them. The blessings God granted to Abraham were passed down to his descendants, and each place where they settled produced more fruit than the previous one. Beloved, if you are receiving unexpected favors and recognition, it is proof of God's mark on you. But do not let pride dominate you. That was the mistake made by King Nebuchadnezzar. Instead of giving glory to God for his deeds, he attributed the credit to himself. To teach him a lesson, God decided to humble him. Do not fall into this trap. One of the best things about carrying this mark is that you never need to seek recognition from the world. It simply flows naturally to you. But that's not all. Stay tuned as we reveal more signs of God's mark in your life.